Coins are probably the most important thing in Skyblock, and there are hundreds of guides teaching players how to make money, but most of them are either really inefficient, highly outdated, or just boring. But what if I told you there's a method by which you can make a ton of coins and have fun? It's called Kuudra. Now what is Kuudra? Kuudra is a boss found in the Crimson Isles. There are 4 tiers available right now, and the higher you go, the more difficult it gets. But you make more money. You also need reputation to do high tier Kuudra, for which you need to complete quests in your faction. Now why is it the greatest money making method? Because of a simple reason. The sheer amount of good loot you can get. Like Fiery, that makes at least 1 million coins per run. And we haven't even considered the main money makers, attributes. Attributes are the random stats that the drops in the Crimson Isles have. Some attributes sell for less than 100,000, while some sell for more than 100 million. The best one right now is Aurora with Mana Regen and Mana Pool. Breeze is also good. Then there's Crimson and Terror with a combination of Mending and Veteran. Dominance is also good. There are also books worth tens of millions, and the rarest weapon in the game. Now before I start off with the guide here are a few things that you will need. A Wither Cloak, any Lava Rod, AOTV or Hyperion, and a Gemstone Gauntlet if you're doing T3 Kuudra or higher. Also a Fire Veil Wand helps a lot in the boss fight. The party setup should be 2 Hype Mages at least, 1 Term or Juju Archer with Terror, and another Hype Mage or Healer with 3/4 Gold Ore and a Reaper Mask. Now there are 3 phases of the fight. First phase. You look for random chests that spawn in the lava. You should see them if you stand in these locations. As soon as you see them, start reeling them with your rod before the tentacles arrive to stop you. Then you take them to the center. Now a simple trick. You can use Ender Pearls to make this much easier. Next is building the ballista. Now before the round starts, you should go to the shop here and pick the specialist route, as it's the best route right now. Pour all your tokens into ballista mechanic and start clicking. Now at this phase, you'll find a few extremely annoying mobs. Blights. They are the color changing zombies that only take damage when they are green. So attack them when they are a specific color. But you can remove their shields using a Terminator. A Fire Veil may also work. Next are Pigmen. To be honest, they are just annoying. They push you around a lot and that's all. Next we have the Blazes. They are really dangerous. If you see them approaching, attack them immediately. As if they split up and reach the center, they will ignore your iframes and do immense damage. Next there are Wither Skeletons. This is how you deal with them. Now we have 2 really heavy damagers. The Dropship. It's a ghast that carries TNT. A lot of people will try to attack it. You should just ignore it and use a Wither Cloak when you see it coming. You should also let your party know. If you don't, you lose almost all your HP and die to a gust of wind. Next is the Omega Magma. I frankly don't know how it's supposed to be dealt with. But if you see a massive magma cube in the platform, use your cloak immediately. They are the main important mobs. Now after you've built the ballista, it depends on what tier you are doing. For tier 1, ignore the ballista. Start attacking Kuudra with the random orbs. Terminator is the best weapon for this job, but you can use any short bow as long as you have decent attack speed. For tier 2, separate yourself into 2 groups. One group should max out their steady hands and fuel up the ballista, while the other shoots Kuudra with the orbs and upgrades their Kuudra damage perk. Once Kuudra is slightly below half HP, use the ballista on it and you're done with tier 2. For tier 3 and tier 4, you will need to fuel the ballista, unless you want to ferocity abuse. I'll talk about both strategies in a minute. There are 2 groups of players. First is the Stunner. You need to buy the Human Cannonball perk and shoot yourself into Kuudra's mouth. There you will need to mine these blocks. Max out all your mining speed perks in the heart of the mountain tree. Don't upgrade Mining Frenzy, as it's bugged right now. Once Kuudra is stunned, if you're doing the Ferocity cheese, everyone should use a combination of One Piece Terror and rest Werewolf. You then shoot Kuudra. You should be able to one-phase Kuudra with this, if your party is decent. Now if this gets patched, or you don't have a party capable of doing that, you will need to fuel the ballista. Also, at least one guy should be shooting the orbs at Kuudra, as if you don't, it will submerge, massively wasting your time. Once Kuudra is stunned, shoot it with the ballista. You will need to do it twice and you're done. Now even if you don't grind Kuudra constantly, you need to do tier 3 Kuudra at least once. First of all, you unlock a lot of good attributes. Also because it improves a lot of your other money making methods. First, you get better loot from lower tier Kuudra. And if you farm blazes, magma cubes or ghasts, your profits are increased by a lot, as you can drop items with the mana regen attribute. A plain magma necklace is less than 100k, but one with mana regen is more than 3 mil. It's especially crazy with ghasts though. It's the best with ghasts though. If I'm gonna be honest, ghast farming is probably the most profitable money making method right now. Let's say you can barely do T3, but you don't wanna keep grinding, then you could do some attribute flipping. Items like implosion belts, glowstone gauntlets can be easily crafted and sold for insane profits. I spent around 7 mil on enchanted glowstone and leather, and I crafted a few glowstone gauntlets. I sold this thing for 5.8 mil.
5.8 mil is less than 7 mil.
Yes, it is, but you're ignoring this thing that costs a decent bit in the auction house. Now Kuudra is fun, challenging, rewarding, chaotic, and even frustrating at times, which makes it a pretty well balanced game mode, but it isn't without its flaws. First and probably the biggest issue, it doesn't have party finder. I know the dungeon party finder gets clowned on, but having no party finder is really annoying. You either have to use Discord.
By the way, I have a Discord server. Join it.
Also become a channel member.
You either have to use Discord or spam lobbies, and that's not fun at all. I think Hypixel should add a party finder, but add filters like minimum completions or something. Next is my personal issue, but it's really annoying how free chests give you literally nothing. Make it drop something like tier 1 books or attributes. It just makes attribute shards disproportionately expensive. Thank you everyone for attending my TED Talk. Bye now. If you watched the video up to this point, I sincerely thank you. If you want to watch more videos like this, click the button on the left. If you want to continue to watch more content, click the button on the right. If you want to help support the channel, consider being a channel member or maybe join the Discord, and don't forget to leave a comment as I read all comments.